Hello, audience. My name is Dawson. His name is Justin.
Hello.
And welcome back to Nerdom News. Today, in the news, Marvel just dropped a Cloak and Dagger trailer for the new TV show premiering on Freeform later next year, I think it is, in
It is
2018.
2018.
This series, of course, stars Olivia Holt as Dagger and Aubrey Joseph as Cloak. We only heard about them being casted a few months ago, maybe about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
hmm
So this is pretty fast, I think. It could have been longer, but honestly, at this point, I don't remember and I don't care to check when they were actually casted, but hasn't been that long. So um, this show is about two teenagers from very different backgrounds find themselves burdened and awakened to newly acquired superpowers while falling in love. So yeah, Justin, your question from before we started recording, they are falling in love. Um, so this trailer is really quick. It's about a minute and a half, a little bit over than that, maybe a minute 40 something.
hmm
And it just shows little highlights from the show. Not much about the powers, or really not much of the action, and stuff like that. But Justin, give me your thoughts on this trailer. What did you like about it? What are you kind of unsure about? Does it look good? What do you think?
Um, to me, this trailer actually looks really good, and the show looks a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I've never really watched any like the ABC Family like original programming. Like I know there's a lot of shows that are at least big. I don't know if they're like well received, but they're at least big shows from what I know of.
Yeah,
Um, but I haven't really checked out any of the original programming in my ever like before. Um, but I've seen like commercials and stuff for it, and from what at least from what I've gathered from commercials, this show looks like it'll be like right at home along the rest with the rest of them because like there's that drama element to it. It's just like and it basically hits our demographic, which is like um teens like 16 to like I'm going to say like 19. That seems like what they're aiming for here.
sure. The high
Um,
school days.
yeah. So it seems to be like following the same demographic as a lot of the other freeform shows.
Sure, yeah.
But I mean, that looked perfectly fine to me. Um, there was nothing really in this trailer that I didn't like. It got
Sure, yeah.
me excited for a show that I really like. If you asked me yesterday, I would have said like it might be good, but I don't really have any plans of watching it.
Yeah,
But now I will definitely check it out when it premieres. Um, and it has me excited.
yeah, yeah.
What are you thinking?
Along the same lines. See, when it comes to the TV shows, Justin knows, and I've been known to tune out. With The Flash, with Arrow, with Legends of Tomorrow, with Supergirl, I've watched them. I've enjoyed some parts of them, but as of lately, I've just kind of tuned them out. So when it comes to the news side of it and the possibilities, that is what excites me. But I'll just tell you, from the actors, they both look good. Olivia Holt, of course, was an old Disney star, and she was like kicking it and stuff. Um, and she showed herself, as a very physical actress in that show. So I think she'll have no problem in this one doing this stunts and doing some more action-y stuff. Now it comes to, I believe his name is Aubrey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he, from what I know, is kind of an up-and-comer guy. So I don't really know much about him and his background, but he looks fine. They fit the part of a younger Cloak and Dagger. You know, the one that I'm used to are older. The ones from like the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show where they appeared in it. They were older. They were more mature. They were together for a lot longer, so their fighting style and the way they do things was a lot more developed. Looking forward to see that in this show. I'm looking forward to see something new in the MCU. Um, I have never personally. I like romantic movies. I like rom coms. Like when it comes to those, I do like. when it comes to teen romance, I've never been a fan. And that's a lot what a lot of the show seems like it's going to be about. I think that a lot of TV romances are very cheesy, and really cliched, and you have the kind of shy girl, and one of them are shy, at least, like the shy girl or shy guy, and the other one kind of brings it out of them, and they do more adventurous stuff, and they make each other better, and they're the high school couple there. I just never been really into that, but Marvel, they can do their thing. Maybe they'll do it a little bit differently. We did get a few little instances here and there showing their powers. A few instances like what's her name? Olivia Holt holding this what looks like kind of crystal dagger. So Dagger, of course, can create daggers, and she also has this kind of I don't know, this type of energy thing she can also create. I assume they're going to put that in the show. And Dagger teleports. That's kind of his whole thing. He teleports. And together they're just, they're a pretty cool team. So we did see a little bit of Olivia Holt's powers. In this one, you didn't get to see much of Cloak's powers, though you did get a little bit of a foreshadowing when Cloak is sitting on top of a rooftop, or walking across a rooftop, and he has this kind of black-looking bedsheet on him.
Or a cloak.
Or a cloak. It kind of looked like a bedsheet. It looks like he was holding it and tying, or not. It looks like he was holding it around him more than it was actually a cloak.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, that could become his cloak. It could just be a little bit of foreshadowing of the cloak coming in. But yeah, it was a cool scene. It's a really panned out wide shot of him walking across the building, and the wind's hitting him, of course, because that just looks very cinematic. And the cloak is waving in the wind, and then it goes to black. I believe that's the end of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It looks interesting. See, I know that a lot of people are liking the show Legion, including Justin. I want to check it out. I will eventually check it out. There's a lot of TV shows I need to catch up on. This one, I'm intrigued. I'm not all in like you are, Justin. I'm intrigued by it. I want to see more.
I'm all in the sense that I want to see the first episode, at least.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say, I'm going to say now I'll press it down and watch it. But I want to see more set photos. I want to see some costuming, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this show might go like Daredevil, where within the first season they don't get their costumes. They'll just have basically whatever they can find to throw on to hide their identity if they're doing any superheroing this season.
Sure.
It seems like a lot of, I guess I can't really say a lot of shows, because I think it really only was Daredevil that really did that, but it just seems like the better way to do it if they want to show like an origin first and not just give them their suits straight away. So I feel like if they're going to give them suits, we probably won't see that until a set photo, like quite a while down the line, or till it premieres in an episode.
See, I can see where you're coming from, but I disagree. I don't want that. Because when it comes to all of the Marvel Netflix shows, only one of them has a costume.
That's true.
Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, sure, has not been known to wear her traditional, first costume. They don't wear any costumes. They just kind of, go out and fight. And that's just it. And that kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. It's a superhero show. Sure, these guys are more down to earth, and they're not billionaires like Tony Stark, and they don't have a green monster hiding inside of them. But I want them to have, whether it's a shitty costume because they made it themselves, or a really cool costume that, whatever, I want them to have something. Mm-hmm. And I think that because they did show Cloak walking on a roof with the cloak, or with the sheet, or whatever the hell it is, I think they're gonna give him his costume, or at least have him tie a bedsheet on himself. And Dagger, I can see her putting on
Just like a white hoodie or something like that.
a
Just
white
to represent
hoodie
the
or
black and white.
something to kind of yin yang them.
Mm-hmm.
So I want them to have costumes. I don't want to wait an entire season to get a costume for one episode for a few scenes. And I don't want them to be like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist where they don't have any fucking costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the MCU. Most everyone has their uniform or their suit or whatever, and I want them to have their suit. Or at least some foreshadowing to the suit. Like with Daredevil, don't get me wrong. I don't want to talk too much on this, but with Daredevil, I thought that his really cool black bandana and boots, and that original black suit he wore through the very first series, very first season of it was really really cool. But I don't want them just to run around in sweats through the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to have a little bit more to their costuming. But that's our thoughts pretty much for this series. It looks good. It looks intriguing. But I want to see some more.
Mm-hmm.
So?
One final thought is I want to... I don't necessarily want to see more. Like, I will enjoy seeing more as it comes out. But what I want more is... to know more about the story, because I don't know much about Cloak and Dagger, so I want to know like
me neither.
What the antagonists of the show will be and stuff like that.
It seems like it has a pretty big cast from their IMDb.
That's pretty much it for my thoughts. If you have any final thoughts, speak them now.
No, not really. It's just intriguing.
Okay. Let us know down below what do you think of this trailer for Cloak and Dagger, and I will say it now. This is a tentative plan. It's subject to change, as is everything tentative, but we should review the at least the first episode of Cloak and Dagger whenever that comes out in 2018. But that of course is tentative. So if you want to see stuff like that, then subscribe to stick around. But until next time, guys, we'll see you later.